Up, buddy nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89. Today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Hajime no Ippo chapters 1351 through 1353. So before I get to this recap and live reaction, let me just remind you to like, share, and subscribe. And if you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking, feel free to hit up my PayPal and Cash App. Those links are in the description box below. So last chapter, we saw that Keith got that luck dragon off his back, that luck monkey off his back, and I've never seen someone so happy to lose. And Ippo was pondering about what Miyata was thinking. And damn it, Ippo, you are so fucking dense. You really are. Miyata is waiting for you, my dude. You broke your promise. Not only to Miyata, but to Coach as well. And I hope you realize that at some point. Anyways, at the end of the chapter, that bitch Kumi shows up and talks about how Mashiba's world title has been decided. So let's get to chapter 1351 first, see what's in store for us today. Mashiba-san's world title match, it's been decided? Japan's own Grim Reaper is heading for the world, and this chapter is titled The Makanouchi Generation. What's the matter? He said it's been decided, but it's actually the match to decide if he gets the world title match. But he insists that since he's obviously going to win, it's as good as the world title match being decided. It's complicated. Oh, so it's the world title preliminary match. Have you heard of a boxer named Juan Garcia? My brother says he'll breeze past him and head to the world. Juan Garcia? Oh, he was the lightweight world champion until just recently. He's ranked second in the WBA. He's not a boxer you can just breeze past. The former world champion? Are you okay? He must be incredibly strong. I know you're scared, but this is an amazing opportunity. If he beats Garcia-san, he'll be assured a world title match. And to be so sure that he'll beat such a strong opponent, that's Mashiba-san for you. But I want him to come home unhurt if possible. You need to be realistic. That's impossible. Bitch, Kumi. Ippo, thank you for saying that. Just when I thought I could handle one of you, it just has to keep getting more and more dangerous. Poor Kumi-san. I really want to empathize with her, but from where I'm standing, I can't help but be incredibly excited. Dude, I am telling you. They are going to break up. He is going to find out that she has been lying to him, and he is going to break up with her. And I will be so happy when it happens. Volk-san is already an active world champion. Sendo-san has an unofficial world title match lined up, and now Mashiba-san is there too. One after another, everyone keeps moving closer and closer to the world. I'll have to put my all into cheering them on. So please, please, Miyata-kun, you go too. He doesn't want to go without you, my dude. Would you like to have dinner with us? I'm sure a full stomach will help ease your worries. I'm not sure I understand that logic, but I'd be happy to join. I just want him to reach out a hand, so why won't he? Why? Because he's waiting for you, you fucking moron. Why do you think? Why? When Sendo's fist is healed, he should have a big match lined up. And meanwhile, all the buzz at ringside is about Mashiba's world title preliminary match. Everything's heating up is what I want to say, but I can't help but feel cooled off. Because of Miyata Ichiro? I mean, the Makanouchi generation is flying towards the world stage one after another, so why does he refuse to spread his wings? That's what I'm wondering in the first place. After all, in that generation, Miyata's the strongest one. Makanouchi made the other three taste the mat. Miyata's the only one who's never lost to him as a pro. But he did lose to Mashiba Rio. That was an unfortunate accident, though. Even back then, his strength was enough to win. If he'd won and ridden that momentum, there's a good bet he'd even have beaten Daiichi and been the best in all of Japan. People often look at boxing like it's a rock, paper, scissors. Depending on style, there's pros and cons to every matchup. Those who pressure their opponents into submission with sheer power, those who dominate the distance with jabs, those with all-purpose offense and defense adaptable to any situation. Each process has its own way of grasping victory. But Miyata doesn't have that, or strictly speaking he does, but in his matches he frequently ignores that process and grabs a sudden KO instead. his counter. Dude, Miyata just wants Ippo there. At the very beginning or the very end at center ring or on the ropes, even if his style is otherwise ineffective, no matter what, where, why, or how, he has the ability to turn it around. In other words, he's hiding a power that can beat anyone and everyone. Even though you say all that, in reality, Volk has an actual world title. His achievements are clearly more impressive. Yeah, and Peyton Manning was a fantastic quarterback, but and so was Eli Manning. But look who had one of them had two Super Bowl rings and no two Super Bowl appearances and no losses. Well, Peyton Manning had multiple Super Bowl appearances and one loss. What's your point? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. He lost to the Saints too. He had how many Super Bowl appearances? He had 4 Super Bowl appearances and 2 losses. What's your fucking point, my dude? Hmm? Even though you say all that, in reality, Volk has an actual world title. His achievements are clearly more impressive. No, you can still. My point was, you could still like have achievements without the title. And even though Makanuchi can beat all 3 of them, he tends to have the advantage in style matchup already. After all, you're calling them the Makanuchi generation. Ooh, see? Clearly, you think that he's the strongest of them all, don't you, Fuji-san? Well, he's gone now. Plus, their weight classes are all different now anyway. There's no real point in trying to compare them at this point. But still, boxing fans love a good old-fashioned what-if. Makanuchi may have dropped out, but everyone in that generation has tasted true hardship. They've overcome it and continue to aim for the top. Isn't that the point, after all? Yeah, but when the going got tough for Ippo, he dropped out like a bitch. And you could thank, actually, well, you could thank Kumi for that. Fucking bitch. But he's the only one who ever had to deal with such harsh weight control. Perhaps he never intends to challenge for the world title at featherweight. That's why he should go up and weight like Volk or Mashiba. For what reason is he going to hang around at featherweight forever? For what reason? I know what threw everything off track was Takanuchi's retirement. He'd never say it, but deep down he was waiting, hoping, praying for another chance. He probably intended to use that as his opportunity to leave featherweight. I've known about them since their spar before they turned pro. I can only imagine how the 2 of them must have felt watching each other in the ring, and I can understand the loss they feel knowing one of them is gone forever. But there's no point in just loitering around forever. Staying like this is a waste of his talent. Damn it, you're squandering your best years, Miyata Ichiro. What? The match is over? When did that happen? Please do your job properly, Fuji-san. For what reason? Miyata, you know who you should be going after. You should be going after that bitch Kumi-san for lying. That's who you should be going after. I hope he does at some point. For what reason? How long will he loiter around as he watches his contemporaries head to the world stage one by one? I wonder what he must be thinking, what he must be feeling. Longing attachment, but Makanuchi-kun's decision has been steadfast. Even if he waits, it's a waste of time. Even if he believes it could happen, it's impossible. While everyone else's momentum builds, he only continues to stagnate. That itself is a true loss for Japan's boxing world. Whoa, the keys! Whoa. Where's my key at? He's somewhere. I think he under my bed or something. Stop! Stop! Next. My knuckles are back. Yee! Takashi-san, I'll give it my all too. Alright. Master, we have a question about a 4. Left body blow? We've seen lots of people throw it, but it feels like everyone throws it differently. That's true. Everyone has their own different target and angle for a punch. I suppose it's a punch that's easy to make your own. For me, I always took it this kind of angle, and I punched like I was trying to push up from below their ribs, like this. What the hell was that? All you did was push a little, but it feels like my organs were going to spill out of my mouth. Oh, that's an exaggeration. Ooh, even now you could still win, couldn't you? Don't be ridiculous. Everyone I fought with who's still active, they're all far ahead of me now. Yes, in achievements, maybe. You're full of shit, Ippo. And Ippo's Makunuchi generation is heading down their own paths. Dude, you are proving the point that you do not need achievements. It is a Makunuchi generation because you are coming back. Dude, Morikawa is telling me. What Morikawa is telling me in this chapter is that Kumi is going to get outed and she is going to get dumped. That is what I keep seeing in this writing. Especially with Kumi's behavior towards Mashiba. Oh, just watch. Watch. She's going to do the same thing to Mashiba. How much you want to bet she is going to fuck up Mashiba's career? How much you want to bet? If she does not do that to Mashiba, I will be very pissed. Because that is not fair. Mashiba patiently await. Dude. Ooh. Dude, she did not sabotage Ippo's career out of love for Ippo. No, she didn't. She did it for the love of her brother. That is the dude. Nah, Ippo, she don't love you. She does not. I already knew she didn't love you because if she did, she would support you. But ooh, no, it is more than that. Ooh, no, you are not. Obviously, she wasn't first on her list. But ooh my god. Last chapter really confirmed that for me. Oh my god. Morikawa? Ooh, I really hope that that Ippo realizes this at some point. You better prove this. You better get this. You better have Ippo realize this because you notice that she's supporting Mashiba. She does. But she ain't supporting Ippo. Hmm? Oh man. Dude, if this is an act, like I think it is, bitch, she better be getting an Oscar. Mashiba patiently awaiting his world title preliminary match. Is he destined for the very top? Dude, what if Mashiba outs her? I will live. Morikawa, make this happen. I would love the irony of Mashiba out in this bitch. Oh my god, I would live so much. Please make it happen. Make it happen. And chapter 1352 is titled Encouragement Party. To all the members of the Hell Society gathered here today, welcome and thank you for coming to the Mashiba Rio Encouragement Party. Yay! Here, Chief. Great speech. Let's get started already. Here's to Mashiba Rio's victory. Cheers. Thank you for your continued support as always, Chief. Oh no, Coach. I just wanted an excuse to have a drink with all my employees. Even during his suspension and house arrest, everyone took such good care of him. He was really happy about it all. That's because we all believed in him. Ryo-chan fights for all of us. Hey Mashiba, everyone's here for you. How about a word for them? To think that someone I work with could become the world champion, that's just so insane. Why are you here? I also realize that I'm totally out of place here. I tried to be invisible as best as I possibly could, but I invited him. Makunuchi-san had some spare time, and he knows a lot about your next opponent. I don't know that much about him. She said she wanted me to come encourage you. I didn't realize it'd be a whole event. You're familiar with Garcia? Well, I know a bit. I'd also like to hear Makunuchi's opinions. What kind of guy is Ryo-chan fighting? How strong is he? Please tell us what you know. Plus, you're a former boxer alongside Mashiba. Some encouragement from a comrade in arms will go a long way. But I certainly don't belong here. The fighting days between you two are long over. Let's have you two get along from now on. Exactly. Tell us. Tell us. Yeah, come on. Okay. Juan Garcia, 29 years old, born in Mexico on September 29th, blood type A. His amateur record is 113 fights, 97 wins, 10 losses, with 85 of his wins coming by referee stoppage, which is basically an amateur's KO win. He's strong in close range and at a distance. A true boxer fighter type, a typical Mexican style fighter. He likes to exchange big hits and come out on top. He was an Olympic hopeful but failed during the qualifiers and then quickly turned pro. After his debut, he had 16 fight winning streak with 14 KOs, then became the world champion. His left hook in particular is quite strong as it's behind 80% of his KOs. Most of his lefts come from an odd angle, but his fist position stays the same and he punches both high and low, making it difficult to block everything he throws. In Mashiba-san's case, I think he'd do best fighting from a distance. That left hook could be used for multiple counter opportunities. Among Japanese boxers, you rarely see counters being thrown while backing up. So when you get cornered, you have to be extra vigilant. His sense of defense is strong as well, and he usually keeps his guard even higher up than his jaw, making it sturdier and harder to break up. This may sound obvious, but he's a former world champion, so he has next to no real weak points. Oh my god, the only thing I can think of, translators, proofread please. The only thing I can think of was during his 18th fight, his second title defense loss. With his guard so high, his body was wide open. Blow after blow kept landing and his face was twisted with pain. If there's going to be an opportunity, it'll come with a body blow. I would take your distance in the first half and break him down thoroughly. How does that sound? By the way, his team of seconds is composed entirely of family. His chief trainer is his uncle, a former pro boxer and world ranker. That was way too big of an information dump. I didn't get any of it. I got his blood type and that his family are seconds. That's it. I'm sorry. Well, he's certainly a big deal, isn't he? I wonder if we could bring you on as a second for just his next match. Any words of encouragement? A world title preliminary match, that's certainly a place where I've suffered setbacks. It wasn't the direct cause, but it was the match that began my path to retirement. And there are plenty of fighters like me whose careers ended in the same kind of match. As for why, I assume it's because after making it so far only to fail, it's too difficult to crawl your way back to the world stage yet again. Losing after all that momentum, it becomes a fight with yourself to not lose motivation. Then there's the matter of injuries you were forcing yourself to ignore. Reigniting those embers is truly difficult. That's why if I'm to say anything, it's that I don't want you to end up in retiring. At the very least, all I want is for you to avoid retirement. So if you can do it on your first try, please go to the world stage. What's with that depressing as hell speech? Retirement this, retirement that. He still has a match to fight. Who brought this bad luck bullshitter anyway? Thank you all. Oh, Kumi is mad. Thank you all for coming. Time for the after party. Well, since he brought down the mood so bad, let's go drink some more. Since we're going to have another round, I'll leave my daughter in your hands. Make sure the little lady gets home safe. And I'm taking Wakanuchi-san home. Do your job right. Do your job right, Oni-chan. Let's go. With Ippo and Kumi gone, it's up to Mashiba to walk her home. What's on his mind? I hope it's that something sus with Kumi. That woman with Mashiba-san, who on earth is she? Tanaka Ri-san, she is the company owner's daughter. She's always been very good to him. She's a little older than he is, but I think that's good for him, to be honest, though it's going to be hard for her. Why is it good that she's older than him? That's right, he's about as thick as it gets with things like this. At any rate, oh, that's what she's talking about. She talking about the experience. Inside the ring, he's the Grim Reaper. Outside the ring, and this chapter is titled The Mashiba Siblings. It's a great company. They even threw him that encouragement party. Well, I was thinking, my mind was down the gutter, but, well, it's probably for more than that. They're the first people to ever really accept my brother. I'm so grateful. I think it's just because Mashiba-san is so serious about his work. It makes him easy to misunderstand. But I bet even at all the places before this one, he did his job earnestly. After all, he's always working in order to protect you, Kumi-san. That sounds right, but I won't recognize any man that's not stronger than me. That's a bit overprotective. Women aren't such weak creatures, you know. If women aren't such weak creatures, bitch, then why did you lie to Ippo to bring him down like that? It is your fault. Then go on by yourself. Don't abandon me halfway, though. You're not a weak creature, right? Woo! That was... Oh, I thought that was Kumi for a minute. I'm sorry. That's the girl that oh my god, that Rio's with. I'm sorry. Holy shit. To let him take care of your precious Kumi-chan. You're wrong. I wasn't planning to leave her to him, but since the boss asked me to look after you, I had no choice but to come. No choice? I see. But you are right that Kumi is precious to me. When her parents died, she was still young. She sobbed so hard she couldn't even move. Since she was so weak, it fell to me to protect her. But still, she'll become an adult one day, a time when she's no longer by my side. But in terms of women being weak, women not being so weak, Kumi is a weak ass bitch because she had to lie to get her mans. When she felt like, no, she felt the need to lie to keep her mans when she didn't need to. Until then, I won't allow any man who can't protect her to be at her side. It's not always misunderstandings. Sometimes he's really overdone on my behalf. He's overdone it. Used violence. When I was in school, there were countless boys who'd walk me home at night like this. Oh, of course there were, because you're so lovely, my ass. Somehow he'd always catch wind and ambush them, and it didn't stop at intimidation. He would attack them and cause serious injuries sometimes. Ippo, you got nothing to worry about. You would whoop his sorry ass. Oh, Mr. One-Arm. I know, it pisses me off. His one-round KO streak started with me. It makes me look as pathetic and gutless as the rest of those guys he knocked out. But tonight's challenger is strong. I can't imagine it'll go smoothly. And in the blue corner, Japan featherweight #1. And now our main event of the evening, the Japanese featherweight title match will commence. Senpai, it's open over here. Phew, just in time. It's okay, he's not here right now. Sorry, I'm such an unreliable bodyguard. No, you're certainly well trusted. I see. Well trusted by who? That's a weird way to say it. Must really trust him a lot. Huh? A man stronger than Ryo-chan. What is it? I see. I see. Huh? Oh, nothing. The street at night is scary. What if something happens to me? Shut up. Doesn't matter to me. Don't put on a mean act. I already know that you're the most serious of all of our workers. Wait! It must have been hard for Kumi-chan all this time. Oh boy, as always, he's got a punchable face. He gets more and more carried away every time I see him. Just look at all the sponsors on his trunks. He just gets cockier and cockier. If possible, I'm hoping that this time he will finally reap some divine punishment. Well, with his three title defenses, he's got a 4-match, 1-round KO streak, and with all those sponsors, he certainly emits quite an aura. If you want to see a KO, you buy an Imai Kiyosuke ticket. However, he always finishes it in less than 3 minutes, is what all the magazines are writing. They give him the nickname Hoshi Hiroyuki. Ooh. Okay. In the record, I know that in the record of the Japanese featherweight champion Imai Kiyosuke. All right, so a fight you can't miss. This is gonna be interesting. This will be interesting. I think some of the pages were out of order, but whatever. Anyway, bitch, Kumi, you will be outed. You will be outed. I want you to be outed by your own brother so bad. I do. But that's a good question, though. Does Ryo... I don't remember if Ryo knows what she did. I don't think he does. If Ryo found out what she did, Ryo is going to go in on her. That's the thing. I don't think Ryo knows what she did. Because otherwise Ryo would have, fucking went in on her. I think that's the case. But Ryo, you need to go in on her. You do. You need to find... I hope Ryo finds out what she did. Because Kumi, you dumb bitch. You dumb bitch. You will get busted. And I hope Ryo is the one to give her shit. I hope Ryo is the one to find out. I hope Ryo finds out what she did and gives her shit. But yeah. I know it's the brotherly love thing and all that, but I don't think, I think part of me thinks that, she does, to some extent, care about Ippo. Sure. But obviously she don't care about Ippo as much as her brother. You can tell. You can fucking tell. based on what she said. She said in chapter 1351 that it's already bad enough I have one of you to deal with. Bitch, if you loved Ippo enough, you would have supported him too in his boxing. If you can support your brother in boxing, you can support Ippo in boxing. You dumb bitch. I hope your ass gets busted. Your ass will get, dude, your ass better be busted by chapter 1500. It better. I'd love to see it at chapter 1400, but again, I will say this: at least we did get a confirmation that I want. I still wonder, but I wonder if at Rio's, oh my god, if at Rio's match she gets outed, I will live. Morikawa, if you do that, I will be so fucking happy. The two people that I would love to out her, or maybe three if you want to include Takamura, because Takamura don't know either. He don't know that Kumi was lying, so it'd be Takamura. Hell, the coach. I'd love to see the coach out her, but I don't think the coach would. It would be Takamura, Rio, or Miyata. It'd be one of those three. But I think the most satisfaction I would get is if Rio outed her. I'm really curious what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Hajime no Ippo content, there's a few ways you could do that. You donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend me on PlayStation Network. That is in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.